Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I am here every single day of the year, every weekday, weekend, holiday, your birthday, my birthday. I'm here, and I have been we're coming up on 4 solid years. So just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to feeding America, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. And we've got epic troll slayers who keep us safe because of you. Thank you. We've also got a fantastic, okay. I was trying to do too many things at once and my brain just went. We have epic troll slayers. We have a great community because of you. And the questions are down. If you're watching on replay, hello, the questions are down in the description box. Everything's I timestamp it as I go. All the live streams are timestamped, except the ones that are like pop-up. All the regularly scheduled ones are timestamped. And so you can pick and choose what you're interested in there, or you can watch back on like 1.25 speed. Okay, the reason I'm sitting here is because I just remembered. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you. All right, so I just remembered last night, if I can, here it is. Yesterday, let me crop this. Yesterday, I was saying we had so many people come in who were asking about King Charles, and I was saying how because there's so many, I said for everyone who comes in after this point, or anybody who comes in and asks about King Charles, I'm going to give $1 to Feeding America. And it got, some people were, it got up to like 4 or something. And I just know that I actually spent time last night trying to figure out how many people had actually come in. Thank you, Gerardo. So I wanted to share that last night, I donated $5. I know it's just $5, but I donated $5 to Feeding America. So I just wanted to let you know, thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for just being so kind and being so patient. So thank you. All right, so I want to make sure I shared that, and that's what kind of threw me off. All right, but we've got, oh, thank you. I've got the kettle going right here. It's about to beep. And we're starting with something that isn't even a question. At 3:30, just to let you know, not even a reading. And if you're new around here, we gather together as many facts as we can on stories, and then once we have that on the questions at least, but then I try to read on the collective energy or what have you to see if there are any hints, any gaps that can be filled in, see what's in the collective energy. Nobody who does this is 100% accurate. Please do not listen to anybody who tells you they are 100% accurate. Oh, Isabel, my gosh, feed the children. Thank you. Joanne, thank you for the King Charles jar. Thank you. Thank you. It's very sweet. All right. John says, who's King Charles? All right. My kettle has beeped, but let me read this to you first. At 4:25. So I'm so not reading on her. Marjorie Trader Greene, Cruella de Greene, got into it with Representative Jim McGovern, a Democrat from Massachusetts, I believe. Is it Massachusetts? Anyway, on X after he criticized her theatrics and censure attempt on Representative Omar. Alien Omar. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. So MTG wrote on X. Okay, ready for this? I don't even think I can. You shouldn't be subjected to her voice, and I don't even know if I can get as nasal because she really has a horrible way of speaking. Wow, this is coming from the same guy who's well known to lay his suit jacket on the actual bathroom floor while spending a lot of time in the stall of the first floor bathroom in the Capitol. Ew, that's probably when he comes up with all his, and then he used a poop emoji. Representative Jim McGovern responded, quote, "No idea what you're talking about. What are you doing in the men's bathroom? Aren't you late for a Klan meeting?" Oh, glorious. Oh, that was glorious. Yep. Yep. Glorious. All right. Anyway, she's so awful. She's in the men's bathroom. She's late for a Klan meeting. Yeah, that's how you deal with bullies, my friends. That's how you deal with bullies. Oh, get some tea going. And that was cheers. Anyway, all right, let me put this down somewhere safe. I'll put it down here. Okay. All right, so let's go on to the actual questions. And of course, the first thing we're dealing with today at 6:50 is both Bernadette Smith and Velda Ray were asking, and everybody's been talking about it at 7 minutes in. Trump lost his presidential immunity case with the D.C. Court of Appeals. The 3-judge panel created a freaking airtight ruling. Was it 52 pages or something crazy? It was a lot. And said, no. No. And so, and Trump only has until Monday to appeal to the Supreme Court. So this panel is not putting up with much. 57. Thank you, Cherry Bomb. It's not like, oh, you drag this out and drag this out. No, they're like, no, you have until Monday. It's Tuesday right now. You have a week. Boom. So there are some glorious things about that. Where's my notebook? I took a couple of notes. Neil Katyal said of this is a straight loss for Trump. Neil Katyal, he doesn't think the Supreme Court will take this case. And the Supreme Court could decide whether or not to take this case by the end of February. So this, in theory, might not put things off for too long. It might add about 2 months to the Judge Chutkan, Jack Smith, January 6th insurrection case. And my favorite part, of course, is that they told him to get stuffed. But my second favorite thing of all of this was they called Donald Citizen Trump. Oh, gosh. Presidents are not kings, and plaintiff is not, or in this sense, defendant is not president. Lovely, lovely stuff. So, of course, I'm not even going to bother reading on whether he's going to take this to the Supreme Court. Of course, he's going to try. All right. But is this, what's going to happen with the Supreme Court with this? Yes, Zircon says, perfect. Midnight Noon says, ruined his whole day. Gosh, I hope so. He's so awful. He's been so cruel to people. Anyway, and I just want this man to face justice. I don't want him hurt. I don't want any illness or accident to befall him. I honestly don't. I just want him to face real justice in a court of law. It should not be too much to ask. So how's this going to go with the Supreme Court? Now, the worst thing that the Supreme Court could do, again, I'm jumping the gun with what I'm saying. The worst thing they could do is grant him immunity, which nobody thinks they're going to do. I don't think they're going to do. Okay. The second worst thing they could do is say, we really need time to deal with this, so we'll deal with it next term, which starts in October, which not only guarantees that this case won't be adjudicated before the election, the 2024 election, but there are other cases that would also go into limbo. But let's see what they're going to do. I misread what you wrote, Deborah Johnson. Mal freak out going on now, I'm sure. And I think you meant Mar-a-Lago, but my brain was like, Mal? Why is Mal freaking? Mal is a joy. Don't, why is Mal freaking out? That woman is rainbows and sunshine. Common viewer. Not common, but you know what I mean. Often viewer. Supreme Court. Right-wing side of the court. Ugh. Visualize 70 says the question would be then, what is the point of the Supreme Court? Two of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, King of Cups, Knight of Wands, Sun. All right. There's only one major arcana here, and it's at the end. It's the Sun. So this with these knights here, it makes me wonder if they're going to say that they need to hear arguments. No. Okay. I'm glad that this King of Cups is in the middle. That means there's some balance to all this far right energy, and the extremism very much out in the open. Okay. Oh, I don't like the feeling of at least slight shenanigans over here on the right. But there's a real chance that because the arguments were so extreme about the president being able to go order SEAL Team 6 to kill to unalive a political opponent. That's garbage. Okay. I'm okay. I'm cautiously feeling positive about this. Susie Buckingham saying, but will the Supreme Court even hear it? Well, that's part of what I'm looking at here. It isn't even necessarily that they will want to hear arguments on it, because the whole shadow docket thing, where they make decisions by not taking certain cases. CC Ryder says Trump would have to request a speedy ruling from the Supreme Court to, 1, determine if they will accept the case, and 2, issue their ruling. Yeah, but would Trump actually request a speedy ruling? again, cautiously. Lori Tandy says the Supreme Court cannot decide not to hear it and let the DC Appeals Court stand. Why not? If I am wrong, please correct me. I try to stay on top of things, and I read so much news. But if I'm wrong, please correct me. Yeah, the argument's too shaky. Yeah, way too shaky. This is not the argument to make. All right, this is feeling better. All right. Okay. All right. I like this. Okay. So I think overall we're going to be okay. Maggie Who says Supreme Court hears and the ruling expected early summer 2024. Just Joanne says you're not wrong. Stacey Ryder says the Supreme Court can only takes about 20% of appeals cases. They are not required to take all appeals cases. Thank you. All right. The argument was so, the word that's coming to mind, I hope it's the right word, specious. It was such a specious argument. And if I'm, yeah, it's dead in the water. Hello, good boy. How are you? How are you? Come up here. Come here. Come here, sweetie. Come here. Come here, sweetheart. He's like, I don't want you. Alfie's here, and he wants some of the grass from the little bowl where I grow grass. Yes, we grow grass here. Here, let me put this down here so you don't have to jump up there, sweetheart. There we go, good boy. All right, Al wants some grass. Marie Sutton says the Supreme Court can refuse to hear immunity. Okay. All right, so judgment. This would create, because this would create all kinds of, this is the thief card. And it would hand massive amounts of power to Biden. So, all right, this is, all right, I the first thing, it was like cautious, but then this feels better. Like, give us a better, like, they're on the right, they want a better argument. They want to help Trump. They are so biased, but they need a better argument, because there's a point at which if you make certain rulings, you are actually shooting yourself in the foot by giving too much power to the other side. So he's a good owl. All right. Oh, there's the mouse. Sandy Trunk says specious, superficially plausible, but actually wrong. Thank you. Then that isn't the right word, because it isn't superficially plausible, but it's definitely actually wrong. The argument. Thank you. Thank you. Wheezy Squeezebox says it would create precedents. Oh, wouldn't it? Yeah. All right. Well, I'm cautiously optimistic. I don't know. I'm still a little nervous. I'm feeling a little bit nervous. I don't know if just everybody's feeling nervous. Oh, you're good, Al. You're good, Alfie. But I think it's going to be okay. Ooh. Now, Kelly was asking a very good question at 1920. A good year. Will the Supreme Court hear or rule on the 45's immunity before the elections? I've got that. The devil sitting on the bottom of the deck. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. Sit here. You're a good boy. Yes, good boy. Sorry, we don't get Alfie in here. Not usually this all up and around. Oh, he's a good boy. Come up here. You can come up here. Yes, you can, because you're the good owl. You're the good boy. All right. Will the Supreme Court hear a rule on 45's immunity before the election? Oh, wow, this is all minor arcana, which means, yeah, this is, they very well could. There's no, because I mean, seriously, if it delayed everything, if it was going to make huge changes, if it could potentially move big changes or create big changes, it would probably be major arcana. It'd be big move, but this is all very human level, mundane. I've got cups, I've got pentacles, so I've got the left, I've got the right, I've got someone with pretty good judgment in the middle, and I've got a Queen of Cups at the end. So that is a pretty happy queen. So this is good. This is good. Fingers crossed, but this is good. Okay. David says run of the mill, run of the hill, either one. Thank you, stars. Jackie Fortin said, Citizen Trump cracked me up this morning, too. Yeah. All right. So, at 22, Lori Kimmerell and Lisa were asking about, now that Trump has lost immunity, let that soak in for just a minute. Okay. Now that Trump has lost immunity, will there ever be a time he throws in the towel? Will being the president be worth it to him if he can't have free reign to do what he wants? I don't know that he thinks that far ahead, to be perfectly honest with you. And he still, I think he would still need to pardon himself. So even though he won't get full immunity, he's desperate. Yeah, Angela M., does that mean Biden can have Trump arrested? Yeah, there we go. Elizabeth B. says, I have my doubts. He doesn't know when to quit. Yeah, I think he's too panicked, and there's too much else he could do with that power to save himself and get retribution against his enemies. Working. It's not a card of giving up. Oh, Engoron's ruling is coming. Engoron's ruling is coming. Trump, the businessman, the weed of crime, bears bitter fruit. Finally, crime will not pay, and this is poverty and just devastation. Or, in this case, it would be perhaps someone who has millions upon millions upon millions of dollars in ill-gotten gains gets those gains taken away from them, and their whole business falls apart by court ruling or just naturally because they can't cheat anymore. He's trying, he's looking, he's searching. Quite often the Hermit card is a card of introspection. There are some people that argue that his eyes are closed. I've never seen it that way. I think he's holding up the lantern and he's checking things out and he's searching and he's being a light in the darkness, and it's the light of wisdom. If you want to believe that, that's awesome. There's that point too, but this is not, we're talking about Trump. There's no introspection. There's no, what shall I do? No, this is him being isolated, because this guy, it's a hermit. He's alone by definition. He's got to get the laurel wreath. He's got to get the win. He's got to get the big prize. And he's got to get his own cronies in there to help him. People, MAGA people. So, he's back. The precious. Okay. So, Cherry Bomb says Dolly Parton has paid more in taxes than Trump ever has earned. That's true. That's true. And she paid her taxes. But you notice how, don't forget that with Barbara Jones, I believe, is the retired judge who's overseeing Trump's financial, well, he's overseeing Griftco. She was there keeping an eye on things. And, I mean, we know she stopped, specifically Junior, but she stopped the people at Griftco creating, and they called it Trump Org 2 in Delaware, and were trying to move all of their assets into this other LLC. And she was like, no. They were trying to get all of their assets out of New York. No. So she stopped them from doing that. But she was around, and isn't it funny how last year Griftco, Trump Org, paid a lot in taxes? Did you notice that? Did you notice all the taxes that the company and Trump himself were suddenly paying? I wonder what caused that. So, Alexis Craig, okay, we've covered the Supreme Court a little bit, but this question is just, it made me laugh. So I'm gonna look into it. 2715, Alexis Craig, thank you for this. 2720. Before the Supreme Court votes on whether or not to overturn the appeals court ruling, have the justices considered what Persimmon Pinochet will do to them if elected, and they have displeased him? Persimmon Pinochet, have they considered what he's going to do to them? Glorious. Nothing good. He's the king of wands and big action. Oh, you really think that you can keep him in check? You really think you can the whole court, that side of the court, the majority of the court, you think you can go that far to the right, but somehow you're going to keep Trump on the defensive? No. You're going to keep yours standing, and aren't you great? No. Luckily, I've got the Queen of Cups in the middle, which would be the other people on the court, the sensible people on the court, and some balance. So I think they know, but that was awesome. All right, so okay, and then number 5 is the same question, so we take that one out. All right, so 2905. I was taught that it is rude to say shut up. So I avoid saying it whenever I can. I was taught it's rude. But when Biden said it to Trump during that last debate, chef's kiss. So Trump has now decided he wants to debate Biden. I don't believe it. I think he will. I think he will probably bail because he's a coward. But so now you want to debate Biden? Really? So yeah, is this going to happen? Oh, Lewis, that's awesome. Jimmy Kimmel called Mar-a-Lago disgrace land. That was good. Tam 322 said that'd be good entertainment. Okay, it's just 3 cards. So we can get an actual presidential debate between Trump and Biden in 2024. While police officers are chasing him around the stage, chasing Trump around the stage? His little shuffle, his little girdled, lifted shuffle, trying to get away from. Being chased around. Oh gosh. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Hanged Man. No. Just no. No. Thank you, Kristen. I only do political stuff, but thank you. No, because this isn't even like Cups and Pentacles, which should be 2 aces. The start, Republicans versus Democrats in a discussion in the start, a what have you. No, this is legal things about money, about what Trump has done, and this is suspension. And there's been talk that once he gets that if he gets the nomination in July, I believe is the Republican National Convention, that after that, things may get a little difficult for him. So, nil point. Yes, Cindy, and holding up his little baby fists in the air. Yes. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. It's a disgrace. He's the worst president ever. He's the worst president ever. The economy's horrible. It's never been this bad. Please, as the Dow Jones and whatnot hit all-time highs, as the economy was supposed to create 185,000 jobs last week, and it created like 350,000 jobs last week. Yeah. Or the jobs report should be. So, yeah. Anyway, all right. So, T. Clover had a question at 33 minutes in. All right, 33. Please, could we have a reading on Judge Cannon, who today has made yet another ruling to delay the classified documents case? Really? I missed that. And there's no link here. Will there be any justice over her attempts to help Trump? All right, Cannon. What the heck? John France. Oh, yeah, you need to do the accordion hands. Yeah. All right, Cannon. Talk about a disgrace. So will there be any justice over her attempts to help Trump? I'm trying to get I'm trying to get as much of my own energy out of this because I know what I want. Well, Malting's Cottage is saying she's still holding meetings. How much fruits of labor do you need? How much evidence do you need? How much work do you need? Okay, the cards are pretty straightforward. She has kept things hemmed in, and by her seat as justice, as the judge, to help Trump. But there's so much evidence, and the bigger institution is going to get in her way because of the evidence. That's good. CC Ryder has from Newsweek, Judge Eileen Cannon is scheduled for a hearing with Donald Trump's lawyers on February 12th, according to new court documents. Thank you. Marilyn Meehan says it's a cruel summer for Trump. It's a cruel, cruel summer. All right. You know, it's pretty obvious what Trump did repeatedly. This case isn't exactly a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma, or whatever that expression was. I'm so sorry, I can't remember it off the top of my head right now. But it's pretty straightforward. She got her cushy job, but with this disappointment, her giving charity to the right and more of that going on, this is too important of a case. I get at the end, I just get Jack Smith going to either her bosses over on the appeals court or somebody somewhere where he gets help. So there will be some kind of actual movement. Cherry Bomb True, a mystery wrapped in an enigma covered in ketchup. Thank you. Yes. Apple says Raw Story just posted an update. I don't have time to look at that, but I'll look at it later. Thank you. Thank you. CC Ryder says Cannon met privately with Jack Smith and his team and is now meeting privately with Trump's lawyers. Okay. I believe that her private meeting with Jack Smith had a lot to do with talking about access to top secret stuff, and that he didn't want Trump's lawyers to automatically get access to. But who knows what she'll do. Tea Clover, yes, it's all been paperless to delay things. Exactly. Oh, that's good tea. Earl Grey, thank you. I know he didn't make it, but thank you. 3810. Bernadette Smith had a question. 38. Make it 20. Since Dumpey keeps talking about people coming up to him with tears in their eyes, sir, with tears in his eyes, could this be due to the stench coming off Trump? Oh, that was good. Let's have a look. Bernadette Smith says, I thought you'd like that one. Yeah. Sir. Oh, sir. Oh. Howling at the moon. By the way, understandably, he hates that. He hates that this is going around. So please share it. 6 of... Okay, I've just got 3 cards. 6 of Swords. 8 of Pentacles. Magician. There was an expression I learned. I remember I heard it from a neighbor who I was talking to when I was growing up. It was an older woman and older than me, which was practically everybody, but older than me at the time. And she used an expression I hadn't heard before. I remember finding it so funny at the time. Just I'd never heard it before. That expression was spray and pray. which is you don't clean yourself. You don't have time to clean yourself properly, so you deodorant or whatever, and just hope that that's good enough. That's what I'm getting there. Nobody cries. Nobody cries in front of him. Nobody. Just no. Just no. Nope. Faye's asking, did anyone notice how far away reporters stand from him? He doesn't smell great. And he's got, I wonder if he doesn't have some mobility issues. I mean, maybe I'm inserting my own, herniated disc difficulties in, but then again, I do keep myself clean. But I'm wondering if these aren't some mobility issues. There's also, he's getting kind of lazy, kind of lazy. I know. But also cups can be medical things. So yeah, I don't want to read on this anymore, but that was awesome. That was very funny. Sure about what? The bone spurs? Yes, that's it. All right. I told you what, yeah, and I told you at the beginning what Lori on the Way of Positive Change said. Did I? I did tell you that, didn't I? Yes, I'm pretty sure I did. Sorry, it's like I have to remember to tell that. I have to remember to tell that, but I was discombobulated trying to find that picture. All right, so at 42 even. Allison Greenfield, Judge Engoron's principal law clerk, the one Trump, who Trump complained was a co-judge, has decided that title sounds good. Greenfield is running to be a civil justice in the state Supreme Court in Manhattan, just like Arthur Engoron. And she's run before, I think. The next big step happens on Monday when Democratic district leaders are expected to nominate Greenfield to be the unopposed Democratic candidate for the judgeship on the November ballot. How does the future look for Ms. Greenfield? She feels tough. In a good way, but tough. World. Well, this would be a big change. 4 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, Moon, Hierophant, Judgment. I would think so. Potentially a real change of what came before is gone. This is something new. She got notoriety. And she talked about paying your dues. Sheesh. From all the attacks and everything, all the craziness she had to deal with. Justice, judgment. Plus, it's going to drive MAGA people absolutely nuts. So, and Trump. So, I've got justice and judgment. I would say she's going to get it. So, and if this is anything to go by, feels like she'll be there a long time. So, okay. Thank you, Dumpey. All right. So, McConnell. All right, hang on just a second. I want to see, I should be able to find the exact, if I go into my personal files and I go into humor and I go into politics, I wonder if, no, it's not. Ah, shoot. All right, I was hoping it was right there. If I go down to McConnell. MC. Yeah, I don't see it. I've got a meme somewhere of reporters asking McConnell questions he's standing in one of the hallways in Congress, the beautiful tile work, and you get like a long hallway, and then you get like a square with like circles and the classical, and then another hallway, and McConnell's standing there taking the middle, and he's taking questions, and the reporters are all reaching out with their they're a little ways back, but they're reaching out with their microphones, and the caption was, they tried all day to capture him, and to capture him in a magic circle, to bind him and send him back where he came from. It was like, yeah. Okay, I know that was a long walk, but I didn't have the thing handy. McConnell. Ugh. 4615. 4615 in a stunning reversal. I know. Shocking. Mitch McConnell is urging Senate G.O.P caucus to vote against the bipartisan border security and foreign defense aid package after spending weeks helping a bipartisan group of senators to craft it, and just hours after he spoke in favor of the legislation. Suddenly, in a stunning reversal, I'm not feeling real stunned. McConnell's urging Senate GOP caucus to vote against the bipartisan border security and foreign defense aid package. Why the sudden change of heart? Wow, that's an optimistic question. You assume he has one. Jill Dalton, NYC, says he's such a scumbag. I'm going to agree with you on that. Yes, I am. Lisa Graham says, son of a stale biscuit. I'll go along with that too. If he doesn't get behind it, it all gets very shaky very quickly. Heather Formosa says that check must have cleared the bank. Yeah, that pretty much, it feels like that pretty much just, that's that. It makes everything shaky. This would be giving charity to Ukraine or trying to sort out the border. This is the dynasty, the Republicans sticking together. And this is killing the bill, not to mention lots of immigrants and Ukrainians by not doing anything to help. But tell me again how Christian you are? Yeah, okay. They will face some judgment. They will continue on their communication far-right garbage tour. But this will be used against them. Jim Dalton is saying 45 must be blackmailing him. I don't think he needs to blackmail him. I honestly don't. I think McConnell just sees which way the wind's blowing, and his natural inclination is to be as selfish and cold as long as it means he has power. Oh, Mitchie, you're not fine. You're not fine. You're such a jerk, you blow our minds. Hey, Mitchie. Oh, change of heart, change of thought. 3 of Wands, 2 of Swords, Page of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands. There's nothing special here. There is nothing special here. He's not being blackmailed. He's not. No, he's just awful. Oh my gosh. People are coming to we're trying to sort through the border to no, we've got an election coming up and we've got to weaken Joe Biden. So we've got to starve all of them. And then they end up in worse shape. I am getting that Republicans will pay a price for this, but how many people have to be hurt for their power? Yeah. And you know me, I'm very, very much anti-violence, and except if it's in self-defense. And Ukraine, what Ukraine is doing is completely in self-defense. So, speaking of the most horrible people in our country, at least being held a little bit, at least being called out a little bit. 51. Speedy Josh Hawley. Speedy Josh Hawley took to social media to complain about the border bill. Ready for this one? Okay, sorry. This thing just moved suddenly. I couldn't see the question. Okay. Josh Hawley took to social media to complain that the border bill, quote, gives taxpayer-funded lawyers to illegal immigrants, unquote. I can't. What a heinous human being. All right. Very quickly, he was lambasted with the rest of the story that he neglected to share. I know, it's a shock. Legal help is only given to unaccompanied children age 13 and younger. Quote, this is Senator Murphy, the Democrat from Connecticut. Quote, 8-year-old kids fleeing violence or certain death who arrive at our border alone, shivering and frightened, traumatized by the journey, not able to speak the language. We aren't monsters. We should help them. Unquote. Thank you, Senator Murphy. So, the question here is, will Hawley's cruelty ever end? I don't think that's, no, that's how he is. So, future of Josh, Speedy Josh Hawley. Wow. Blech. Oh, man. Run, Josh, run. Yeah, to the MAGAs. Yeah. Oh, I'm in danger. Run. Mr. Big Guy, big shot. Uh-huh. Yes, Kathy McIntosh, Josh Hallway. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he wants to hurt people. This is racism. When the sun card goes bad, for me, it's racism. This is hemming people in, leaving them with just bound up in horrible situations. He is got power in Congress, and when is he up for? Is he up for election this time? Is it possible? Oh, thank you, Becky. Thank you. Is it possible he could lose his seat to a woman? Curtis says he is up for election. Oh, he's a senator, believe it or not. Josh Hawley, I believe, is a senator. He was appointed, yeah. DLC says, I heard Hawley was in a tough race. Gosh, I hope so. RSA West says he is. His opponent is Lucas, is it Kuntz? A man, okay. And is that a Democrat, or is he being primaried? He's gross. No, the right will love him, but this feels so far to the right. This is such extreme. Coons, thank you. So like Dean Coons is how it's pronounced. Thank you. He's a Democrat. Well, this is so far to the right. I hope Lucas Coons can paint him with the MAGA brush up one side and down the other. Because this is extremism. Yes, Cindy. The guys with coconuts following him singing the coward song. Brave Sir Hawley ran away. Bravely ran away. All right. Oh, gosh. This is just... He's so gross. Okay. I don't know. I'm getting... okay, look. I don't think he's out of the race, but it doesn't feel very good for him. But I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk for his opponent. So the energy is kind of... It's kind of doing this kind of... So we'll have to check back. But okay. So T Clover at 57:15. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for going for the news with me. This is it's so awful to go through the news by yourself. It's so much better with friends. So T Clover was just asking, is Marjorie Trader Greene, is Cruella de Greene being blackmailed, or is she just determined to have a dictatorship? She's determined to have a dictatorship. She's a sadist. She is a sadist. Carla May. Thank you, CC Ryder. Thank you. Yeah, she's not being blackmailed. She's awful. Cherry Bomb says she's just gross. Yeah. And she likes to fight. She's a sadist. She likes humiliating other people. She gets off on it. It's the grossest thing. I mean, there are some rotten human beings, but in general, there are a lot more narcissists and people who are power hungry on the Republican side who I read on. But she's flat out sadist. Absolute flat out sadist. Why do you think she's so gleeful sitting there with her big printouts of Hunter Biden naked? It's humiliating. She loves that. She loves humiliating people. Saying that one guy, he took his coat off and left it on the floor of the bathroom, that would be humiliating to somebody. She gets off on it. So no, she's just doing her thing. Now, I wanted some clarification on this temperance card, but no, join the Republicans. She can be as heinous as she wants. People can attack her, and she welcomes it. It's pretty simple stuff. But what's up with the temperance card? Because that's not her. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I have not looked. CC Ryder, I'm sorry. Yeah, Lainey Greenwood, she feeds off the energy. Yeah. So, KR, I'm unfamiliar with the coat in the bathroom reference. If you go back to the first, it wasn't a reading, but it was the first thing I talked about today. Thief. She's actually, as MAGA is losing power, she's losing power. But for now, she still thinks she can just be MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. Yeah, she's gross. Okay. And, oh man. Oh, the stupidity. Insufferable Ted Cruz. 1 hour, 45 seconds. Oh my gosh. How stupid. How stupid do you have to? I mean, this man is so dense, I'm surprised he doesn't have an event horizon. Ted Cruz is heading back to Cancun. Oh, stupid. Okay, anybody with half a brain would never go to Cancun again while he was in office, but no. Ted Cruz is heading back to Cancun, and now wants legislation passed that gives lawmakers special escorts in airports so he doesn't have to deal with the public because they roast him. Will his delusions of grandeur be his downfall? Oh gosh. I think of myself as at least a decently intelligent person. I'm not Mensa member level. My nephew is, one of my nephews is, and they're all very smart. But anyway, they're really great. I'm just kind of, but whenever I'm thinking about Ted Cruz, it's like nature abhors a vacuum. So I even think about him, and it's like all of my intellect, whatever intellect I have, it can't fill that vacuum. So it tries to, and my brain just stops working for me. It just goes blank. Okay. So anyway, Anne says the public servant doesn't want to deal with the public. Ding, ding, ding. Exactly, Anne. Visualize 70 says, it's that whiny voice, isn't it? What about his whiny voice? And yes, he has one. Page of Swords. Yes, aren't you the big man? I'm hoping this is speaking to him losing eventually here, because mostly he just gives charity to just corporate charity and charity to help out the people who are like him or extremists or whatever. He's a legislator. Got a world card. This could be the traveling. It's sitting pretty over here. I'm not seeing much, this moving the needle very much. Is he going to get this legislation passed gives lawmakers special escorts in airports? Do you know how much that costs? But tell me you're fiscally conservative, but you want us to pay for your bodyguards. Temperance, fool, walking away. No. Nope. Nope. Exactly, CC Ryder. I thought only elites got special treatment. Exactly. Blech. But we're done. All right, we've gone through the news for today. We did it together, and now we can go on with our day. You're all caught up. All right, so it is 1:14 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel, like I am every day. And other than that, tomorrow, Sarah will be here. Tomorrow, Sarah Wednesdays, so that's always good. All right, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. So please don't forget, you are not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. Trump lost at the appeals court today. Yay! All right, so there are good days ahead. Hang in there. And I will see you right back here tomorrow. Same cat time, same cat channel. The kitties, little snoozy kitties. All right, take care.